All right, we're about to get draft going. They are just starting with the bans, and yeah, I agree with everything that was said there. I think that
Yeah.
we are in for. I think League of Dogs, they can do this. Like this is a possibility. I love anytime anyone's going to reference The Last Dance. Man, such a good documentary series, and so
Watch
so
it.
such a great watch for any high level competitor, any competitor. The mindset of a real winner, and let's see if Gabby's can get that MJ energy coming in, as we do see bans coming toward him already. There's the Rise and Azir band out as well against Yunbee. And yeah, the Talia Cassiopeia targeted at Gabby's. So definitely want to see. We have seen Gabby's play the Kai'Sa to great effect. We've seen some good late game stuff coming in, and I like the idea of banning Varus and maybe targeting the weak side here for Kimchi Boys. It's for Kimchi Boys. League of Dogs doesn't have a lot of time here. Like, they've got this one game, they have to win this. But actually, Kimchi Boys is going to ban out the Varus, and so it looks like they've got other plans for their bot lane.
Yeah, it seems to me that Kimchi Boys are probably going like, we're not going to first pick Varus. Varus is just super prevalent in the meta right now. So we're going to probably first pick something else and don't want to just give that up. And of course, you do force the Graves ban because you would have just grabbed Graves if you were Kimchi Boys if they left that up. So they're going to be forced to ban that Graves. You can ban this Varus for yourself, and then you can pick whatever you want over here. I think it's pretty smart. When you're going, we'd have to give up the Varus anyway if we didn't ban it. So they're going to do that there, and they'll get their Akali for themselves, which is real nice on Cozy Shroud.
Yeah, that's a Cozy Shroud pick, and yeah, that is something that Alex mentioned on the desk, which is something I can see in terms of, I can see the plan there where you want to get Cozy Shroud onto a more carry oriented, not so lane dominant, not such a huge playmaker like set. Now the Yasuo has been locked in. That's a Bladest pick, and we already have seen Bladest switch with Gabbyz, so that you can get a little bit of a more favorable matchup against Yunbee there. Gabbyz one of the only players in this entire league who is near that level. And the Pantheon coming in, Captain Snarfles wouldn't like this, I'll tell you that. But that is Pantheon coming in. That's going to go almost certainly into the jungle there. But it does match up just fine against Akali. So that's something that's okay as Pantheon, is that it's a flex pick. It definitely is very weak in the late game, one of the weakest late game champions. But and yeah, you see that Olaf. So if it is in the jungle, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, like in the late game, that Pantheon sort of just becomes bad Zac. Like Zac normally jumps from pretty much across the map and then get something done, whereas Pantheon kind of just jumps from across the map and is just like, I'm here.
And fails to burst you down.
Fails to burst you down. But to backtrack a little bit, Bladest now on the Yasuo pick, we mentioned in game one, maybe a little bit afraid to pull the Yasuo against Yunbee over there. But again, like you said, could be flexed over towards the bot lane. But this is a signature pick for Bladest. We've seen them pop off on it, so maybe that's what's going to happen here. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do have the Olaf being picked once again, and they're going to match it with an Ezreal over in the bot lane. So that Olaf jungle, huge for them that last game on 9-6, and Ezreal this time going to be the AD carry pick for them.
Yeah, pretty much solidified that Pantheon in the jungle, as we see Kennen coming in almost exclusively a top lane pick right now, and that definitely matches up just fine into Akali, where Kennen can build just enough tankiness and kind of have that ranged advantage over Akali. It's an interesting matchup here because, of course, Cozy Shroud, a more skilled player than Laird, but Kennen I think could be very favorable if Laird is comfortable on it. And the Yuumi ban actually comes in, which
that's League of Dogs doing homework in the sense of just like not necessarily about Kimchi Boys in general, but like Ezreal and Olaf. You pick a Yuumi, you add a Yuumi to that team, the game's over. Like it's just over like right away. So smart ban there. They do have the opportunity to ban the Thresh. They still do not though. They're gonna also ban the Taric over there. Meanwhile, on the other side, they're banning out some 80 carries. Not completely convinced that they're going to send Bladest over to the bot side over there. So they will ban that out and see what Gabbyz ends up being put on.
Yeah, they banned Kalista, which is still allowed to go into the top lane and would be absolutely ridiculous for Akali to play against, even with the skill disparity. Kalista is just so awful for a melee squishy champion to play against. So that is out of the way. They'd rather play against the Thresh. They said we can do just fine against your Thresh, and of course, very much expected to pick that up. So we'll see what the support answer is here. Yeah, we already have the Ezreal, and it could easily be Thresh Yasuo in the bottom lane. So you're kind of you're thinking about that. If you want to go towards something like a Morgana or something, you'd be blocked by the Yasuo. Here's Alistar, though, a much better pick than something range that they might have been funneled towards. Alistar still being hovered, but I think it's very good on this team. They badly need the crowd control. And so, yeah, that is going to be locked in.
Excuse me. Yeah, they're bringing up that one. This team is looking to go for it and engage and punch you in the face, which is exactly the kind of stuff we see Kimchi boys been doing all season long to everyone in the league. So they're going to continue on with that style. Meanwhile, you have some disengage. You have a little bit more of an awkward call on League of Dogs, one of those hard to execute compositions in terms of you have some engage, you have some disengage, then you have hopefully that Yasuo being ahead. Basically, you're really looking to try to win some lanes over there, which is not something Kimchi boys lets other teams do.
Yeah, it could be something like a cheesy early Pantheon level 2 gank kind of thing that they want to do and try to get a real huge advantage. Here's a blind pick Sylas into a solo lane. We're still waiting. It could be we're assuming Bladest is on Yasuo. Last time they did this, Bladest went down into the bot lane with Thresh main, and so then it would be Gabby's mid. So the Sylas is going mid, and we're gonna have to see if they decide, okay, Yasuo can match up fine against Sylas, which in my opinion, in this matchup, he can't. You can't beat Sylas as Yasuo if you are Bladest against Yunbee. And so yeah, they are actually going to go with they're going to hover Aurelion Sol, which
would surprise me
surprising.
by a lot.
I'd be very, very surprised to see Aurelion Sol here. It seems it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but there it is. Unless if it's a mistake,
okay,
that is likely. Gabby's in the mid lane with Aurelion Sol, and it is going to be Bladest switching down to the bot lane, going to pair up with Thresh main there. So really, really interesting stuff from League of Dogs. Definitely a very off meta composition here, and it looks like they might be going for some kind of cheesy business here.
Yeah, it's a bit cheesy for my liking in general. Aurelion Sol. So basically, there's multiple ways to carry in League of Legends, as we've proven from our recent world champions and our best team in Cloud9. Their mid laners like to roam, right?
Yes.
And help the rest of the team. And Aurelion Sol is that type of person. So we are talking about how Gabbyz needs to carry the team. Maybe they think Gabbyz can carry the team by going everywhere. Maybe that's the game plan.
Just be everywhere on the map, and then you got a challenger player everywhere.
You have plenty of CC in your other lanes for Aurelion Sol to come and roam and then make something happen. Maybe you just believe that they'll be able to gank better this game than they were before. I want to see it work, but honestly, I'm kind of looking at the draft going, you're.
Yeah,
okay.
It seems like they got shoehorned into some weird stuff, and hopefully they prove us wrong. We're going to once again take a quick break for competitive integrity. We'll be back for Game 2 of Kimchi Boys versus League of Dogs.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Manitoba Esports League Game 2 on Week 8 versus Kimchi Boys and League of Dogs. We now move into this one. Kimchi Boys took game 1, and they move over towards the blue side to see if they can do it. They got a team composition that's going to run at you and smack you with a bunch of your own ultimates, maybe. While on the other team, you have this very interesting composition, I will say.
Johnny, we've had weird compositions already in this league. Amateur and Premier have both thrown some weird stuff at us, and this has got to be one of the weirdest. Like already with Kennen Pantheon, this was non-standard. And then Aurelion Sol comes in. By the way, that is going mid. Gabbyz and Bladest are switching here. So Gabbyz with the Ignite there, signifying that double Ignite will not be happening in the bot lane. So this is, like we were saying right before we went live, Gabbyz got the counter pick. So Gabbyz saw what champions were available and what had been picked and said, this is what I want. So I'm very excited to see what Gabbyz is able to do here. But on the surface, it doesn't look like a great matchup, and it looks like League of Dogs has been heavily outdrafted here.
Yeah, and it feels like League of Dogs, for a lot of them, just kind of went to comfort picks. Like,
Yep.
Well, Thresh is already playing Thresh. Bladest playing on the Yasuo. Gabbyz unfortunately can't go to his top 2 comfort picks because they get banned out every game.
Yep.
But this is Gabby's 4th most played mid laner at a 52% win rate. I think 21 games so far this season. So definitely plays the champion. So it's not like this is completely out of nowhere for Gabbyz. But just in terms of like an organized play, Aurelion Sol is. We've seen one person in pro play pull it off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so you just don't see it that very often in a lot of organized play. And so when you can't even get it to work super well in pros for most people, it'll be very interesting to see if Gabbyz can pull this off. But know what? If anyone can, it would be Gabbyz. So,
yeah, and Aurelion Sol does match up well into melee AP mid laners. Being able to kind of get that zone control is very powerful. And we'll see what happens with this bot lane here, as you do have the Yasuo, but Alistar definitely a good answer to Yasuo in the bot lane with all that crowd control available. So yeah, very, very interesting matchups coming in here. And, this jungle matchup is going to be critical because Olaf, we've already seen how powerful that is early game. Pantheon, good early game for different reasons, is able to get a lot of burst damage on and that very, very reliable crowd control. Hang on.
Gabbyz puts down the Ignite onto Yunbee, but really it'll just do enough to take him down to about 100 health. Gives him the thumbs up because you weren't getting that kill, but the Ignite is down and a little bit of pressure is onto Yunbee, but Yunbee staying cool under the pressure there and is going to already be back up to half health here at Bob and Potion.
Yeah, those corrupting pot charges having to be used, and definitely this is Gabby's plan here. Try to get that push in, get that farm lead. But it's hard to farm on Aurelion Sol, and of course, if anybody can do it, it's going to be Gabby's. But yeah, you can already see, hasn't quite gotten every single minion here.
Right.
It's just so difficult, especially with Yunbee taking every little advantage possible. So yeah, we will keep our eyes trained on that lane.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly how the first couple levels should go between a melee and ranged, right? So what you're going to see potentially is Yunbee now hitting level 4. He's going to reset exactly what they're doing. Going to come back to the lane and then probably go for an all-in. But Gabbyz at that point probably is good enough to know that's potentially here. Fight like we saw last time. Junglers meeting in the river. Flash is coming through, trying to get on top of them. But Fsabe will not fight this time and will run away to live another day.
Yeah, actually, Fsabe definitely, in a way, came out ahead in that because 2 flashes for 1 was the trade that came in there. So yeah, you can see already Yunbee with some nice damage. But yes, good job by Fsabe, knowing the limits and having gotten everything except the Gromp up there. Not too worried about getting zoned out of that area of the jungle at this point in the game. And you can see Laird actually doing a nice job up here as well. So very early days in this game, but already you can see what League of Dawgs were going for with these lane picks.
Trying to fight in over there. Gabby's got the minion wave with him, so a lot of minions are there, but will Yunbee go for it anyway? He's going to push him onto him. Does not have anything like Ignite or anything like that, but Gabby can put in a decent amount of damage. Like I said, a bit too many minions to kind of go in for the trade, so that ends up being positive for Gabby's there. Nice little play put together there, and Gabby's up 10 CS, looking pretty solid.
Yeah, Aurelion Sol not looking too bad. You can see that he's winning every single trade. Actually, Gabby's does have to go back here.
Back in an awkward spot. Yunbee will take in the damage there, get in between those stars, and then win that trade. But that all it really will do is delay Gabby's back, which is, not insignificant.
Yeah, Fsabe was just a little bit late there. If he would have gone when Yunbee did go in, they easily could have gotten a kill there, or at least blown a flash. But yeah, Fsabe just not quite with the right timing on the jungle path there. So too bad, because that would have been a really, really great play there.
Oh, Yunbee!
Oh, Yunbee! He took so much damage.
It would have been an execute. I think it would have been. It would have been an execute, but it would have just been funny. And honestly, he would have been back to base faster.
Yeah, so that's true. That's true. And he has that teleport. No, actually has used the teleport. So actually, if it was executed, actually it would have been pretty brutal, because that would have allowed Gabbyz to set up a pretty to get the minions to crash again, and that would have been actually quite difficult for Yunbee to deal with for a little while. Already 15 CS lead, like you say.
Even limit testing against the turret when he's by himself. He's just got the biggest galaxy brain out there. We just can't follow along.
Not even Aurelion Sol can compete with this galaxy brain. As yeah, Yunbee once again going back to lane, no problem there. And we see that now the roam is going to come in. Gabbyz has already reached level 6, and so now that bot lane gank coming in, you can see the wave pushed in. Gabbyz timing that well. We'll see if this engage happens here. Is Fsabe.
Fsabe come to the bot lane. 9-6 is here to answer as well. Getting knocked up is Bladest, but if he get knocked away, jump back in. He will go try to get out of there, but there's going to be more damage. Here comes the teleport from Cozy Shroud. Fsabe is going to be taken down first, and so goes down another. Double kill comes through for Cozy Shroud. He tries to flash out, but he'll go down. Double kill goes the other way now for Laird, and their fight continues on 2 for 2. And they'll back off here, but will they dive?
Yeah, here's Yunbee coming in, and the minions are not in a position for them to dive. So yeah, just a 2 for 2. 9-6 does have control of this jungle and will be able to secure that first dragon, which will be the Ocean Drake. But yeah, so you could see Fsabe pulled the trigger this time a little bit too early, as Gabbyz was running down the lane, but Fsabe was already there and saw the opportunity. So lots of teleports, everybody showing up in that fight. Yunbee the only one to kind of be lagging behind in that situation. So it turned into a 2v2, and First Blood did go over there, but yeah, a pretty even trade in general. You can see just a little bit of a gold lead here coming in for Kimchi boys. I'm not sure what to make of that play. I don't well, I don't know who won that.
Yeah, the frustrating thing it must be for League of Dawgs, or actually anyone that plays against Kimchi boys, is that's a gank I think that guaranteed works in solo queue 9 out of 10
Yes,
times.
yes.
You know, exactly that. But Kimchi boys' ability to respond, like we talk about, yeah, they're solo lanes and they just like are such strong players, blah blah blah. They're a good team too.
Yes,
like
yes.
they clearly communicate well enough, and they just respond to stuff like that. And it goes, man, that should have been our clean 2-0, but they come back and at least trade them away. So nothing really ends up happening. In fact, Kimchi boys ends up getting the dragon out of that in the end. So not only did you not get those 2 kills, the dragon went the other way. So really, like, it's pseudo even in gold. They're up to 1,000 right now, but they also got the dragon.
Yeah,
it's kind of nutty.
Yeah, Kimchi boys coming out with the lead there, but in this situation, I think that League of Dawgs scales up just fine. That Kennen and Yasuo combo going to be very powerful in the late game. You're only worried really about the Pantheon in the late game, and Olaf doesn't scale super well into the very, very late game either. So now you can see actually Kennen has finished, that's Laird, has finished the stopwatch. So that is going to be a favorable matchup right now for Kennen still, as it's sort of lucky here that Cozy Shroud and Laird got both the kills. Because if Cozy Shroud had gotten 2 and then, you know, Gabbyz had gotten 2, Laird is way behind in that lane. So in this case, Laird is a little bit lucky there to be able to continue bullying Cozy Shroud around in that lane here. And here's Gabbyz going to run into a trap.
Oh, 9-6 is right there. Goes unstoppable. Flushes over the wall. Wants to finish this one up. Gabbyz is trying to live. Will not do so. 9-6 gets the kill. Here comes the ultimate from Fsabe, though. Trying to jump in. Trying to trade it at least. Does get that trade, but will it be traded right back as Yunbee is now putting down damage to them. But he will get away because he does have that double buffs and is able to walk out of there. So a 1-for-1, and they'll take that.
Yeah, definitely just fine for League of Dawgs in that situation. That's a nice nice ult there by Fsabe coming in to recover that kill and grab the double buffs up from the Olaf, who blew the... and now here's the ultimate Sylas.
Yeah, just coming in now. Going to be jumping in there. Sylas going to do his best Pantheon impression, trying to get in there. I Am Owner will pick up that one, and another one will go over towards Yunbee, so they will pick up 2 clean kills on the nice dive.
JUSTXNTIME is so good on that Alistar. Perfect job on the tower dive there, tanking exactly as many turrets hits as he could. And yeah, this is the problem. When Sylas can steal those Pantheon ultimates, you're really worried about these tower dives.
Yeah.
So that is already a kill coming
if
to
we
Yunbee.
said it off air or during, but in a weird way, Yunbee has a better Pantheon ult than Pantheon does.
Yeah.
Because comes in there and then actually has a bunch of follow-up damage to go with that,
exactly.
and a little more ratio. So it's just like, it's kind of nutty, that champion, and it's going to be able to do that, despite, you know, going a little bit behind in the laning phase, Yunbee being the one taking advantages in other lanes.
Yeah, and Bladest just so close to being able to get JUSTXNTIME and at least get something back, but still wasn't able to do it there. Now the Rift Herald is also taken, and this is becoming a theme here. 961 is just always on the front foot here, and Fsabe is always just a few steps behind where all the objectives end up going to 961. Here's another engage, but nice sidestep there by Gabbyz. A little bit of happy feet from the Star Guardian.
Meanwhile, Fsabe gets in a bit of trouble over here in the top lane as 9-6 has made their way over here. You got double buffs, but it's not going to matter this time. That axe will take you out. 9-6 picks up their second kill of the game.
9-6 is so good at tracking these junglers, and I'm sure this is a little bit down to Yunbee as well, who has just played so many games at the highest level and knows exactly where enemy junglers are going to be and what kind of champions to do different paths. And so that's why 9-6 and JUSTXNTIME are able to so confidently go in. Now it looks like a tower dive is going to come in here.
Yeah, Laird is in quite a bit of trouble here. Does have ultimate available, I think, or it's about to be one of the two. And they decide to back off probably exactly because of that ultimate, because you don't want to be caught in a situation where you're diving in there and Laird turns that around. Yeah,
actually, Gabbyz also was up there, kind of having a little bit of a spidey sense coming in to be able to detect that. And that's a really nice play because it actually allowed the bot lane of League of Dawgs to get a few plates. And we'll see if they overextend here as Yunbee now is walking down towards that bottom lane. But yeah, well aware of this, is clearing out a ward. So League of Dawgs, a good play there. Gabbyz really, really saving Laird in that situation by being in the top lane. At that point, and still managing to get back in lane just fine in order to maintain this farm lead here. Yunbee now going to pop the ultimate.
Using the Kennen ultimate, but
it was about to expire, I think.
Yeah, cleared the wave.
Yeah,
so
there you go. That's what you use Kennen ultimate for, right? I mean, you just pop it if you need to clear wave.
9-6 being able to pick up the dragon here. I remember for the longest time, I had this theory that like I would play Nunu lane because I was I don't know what I was thinking,
okay.
But that's what I was
already you got some questions, but okay.
And the next thing I would do was I would always use my ultimate to clear waves. Anyway,
Laird clearing a wave this time.
Yeah, that's not a wave, that's a champion. I am owner goes down. Cozy Shroud is here too as well. They're gonna see if they can pick up another one here. JUSTXNTIME will pick up that kill there, but Cozy Shroud is happy to grab another one. We're now sitting at a 2-for-1 in favor of Kimchi Boys to continue the fight over on top of Fsabe, who will go down pretty low. JUSTXNTIME will use that shop watch to live through this one. Cozy Shroud will pick that one up. Cozy Shroud will eventually go, JUSTXNTIME will eventually go down as Laird picks up that. So now they're trying to turn this fight back around. 9-6 taking a ton of damage from Gabbyz, but not quite enough to take them out. So here comes Cozy Shroud jumping right back into it, picks up the kill on top of Gabbyz. Laird's just gonna run away, and Cozy Shroud making some plays.
Cozy Shroud played that fight impeccably. You saw the huge damage going down in the initial engagement when JUSTXNTIME got that big knock up, and it looked like it might kind of go in favor of League of Dawgs there, but Cozy Shroud with the huge play coming in to catch up to that Aurelion Sol and was able to turn it back into Kimchi Boy's favor. So we're seeing, a much better game from League of Dawgs, but still you can see Kimchi Boys with very, very strong lanes here.
Again, it's got to be frustrating. Again, that's a play that probably works against every other team in this
game. Exactly.
Legitimately. Thresh main, meanwhile, is taking a ton of damage here. Will go down. I am owner will pick up kill. Bladest now trying to find a way to escape, but that's a melee champion. You're not blocking anything with that wind wall, but Bladest is going to use the champion. Never mind. He will not get away.
Yeah, actually does draw Yunbee's flash there. So that's something at least. And yeah, exactly. We're talking about some serious value margins here as you do see Gabby still in the mid lane pushing in. And Cozy Shroud now is just popping off here.
Okay, we talk a lot about Yunbee on this team. Obviously, we talk about Yunbee, but we can't forget about Cozy Shroud. Oh my goodness.
That's unreal. Yeah, Cozy Shroud with a beautiful solo kill there. Hextech Gunblade already completed against just the proto belt of Laird up there.
Didn't they nerf Akali? I thought Akali was supposed to be bad now.
Yeah, well, it's bad when I play it, I'll tell you that. But and I don't play it like this. No. And here's Gabbyz coming to clean up here, and maybe they will be able to get the shutdown.
Yeah, trying to stop them now. We'll just be happy with taking out the turret. Cozy Shroud trying to find a way to live. Can you get through here? Try to at least trade the kill. Will not be able to pull that off, but again, got the tower as Cozy Shroud really wanted. This gives up a shutdown bonus, so it's like kind of even value almost. But
yeah, that's definitely a good shutdown though. Yeah. Coming in for the Pantheon. As Fsabe, you're on a clock for where you're going to be effective in the game. That clock has not run out yet, so you want to be getting these kills and getting this gold. You want to get to that Black Cleaver as soon as possible so you can really start making a difference. And also, Black Cleaver on Pantheon is really going to help Yasuo because you're shredding that armor on those champions. So that definitely is going to be what Fsabe is sort of looking to do here, is shred that armor so that Bladest can be the one to really clean up those fights. But yeah, a good play there by League of Dawgs, but Cozy Shroud, very powerful, still getting that turret.
Yeah, able to pull that one off, and you'll certainly take that Fsabe trying to get on top of Yunbee here. Does have help over there, but there comes the Kennen ult by Yunbee. Here comes the Kennen ult by the actual Kennen, as they're trying to get this one through. Now Yunbee trying to escape, as all members over from League of Dawgs trying to get on top of here. Yunbee trying to get on there, but here comes JUSTXNTIME, fulfilling his own name. Gonna get in there, 9-6 will pick up a kill, and here comes the Bladest. He's gonna try to get something done. He will die for the process. 9-6 picks up a double kill, and a couple from Ezreal with the ultimate, and only person alive is Gabbyz as they run away. And oh boy, this is looking like another landslide.
Yeah, once again, Kimchi boys showing up, as you said, in the nick of time there. And yeah, it looked once again like a favorable fight for League of Dawgs, but they just, Yunbee's just a little bit too tanky, just a little bit too far ahead to be bursted down in time there. And, you know, we're already seeing the weakness of this Yasuo and Pantheon. Actually, a lot of damage going on to I Am Owner, but and Gabbyz, is he going to chase this?
Count that as play number 3 that I legitimately think works on any other team again.
Yeah,
Because
this is
it.
it.
I feel like most teams would go, just leave him to die, whatever, it's 1v4, it's just done, just leave it. But Kimchi boys know they're so strong and know can run in there and just make another play, and Thresh Maiden's going to use the stopwatch there and try to live there, try to guess where Cozy Shroud is with the hook, will not guess correctly. Cozy Shroud will pick that one up, so nice little 1v2. Excuse me.
Now, no problem. Not much Thresh main could do there, but I will say that Thresh has been a little bit... Oh, hang on. Here's another engage. This is going to be Fsabe just going down.
Fsabe, my dude, this is not a good place for you. One more little poke. Boom! Yunbee will take that down. I Am Owner, meanwhile, getting some damage onto Gabbyz over here. Almost picks up the solo kill for themselves. But Laird will force them out just in time, trying to jump on to make that happen. 9-6 does pick up the dragon while we're watching all this happen. Yunbee's going to jump on top of Laird, who's going to use his ultimate to try to disengage over here. And successfully will do so. Thresh Main gets a hook onto JUSTXNTIME, but really we'll just do that to get... Oh! And here comes Yunbee. Just kidding.
Nope. And there goes Yunbee. Yeah, you know... one thing we have noticed in this series so far is that Thresh Main has not had the most confident hooks. He hasn't been hitting them as consistently. Oh, hang on, here's another engagement, Bladest.
Yeah, speaking of engages, JUSTXNTIME's making those happen. Bladest will go down as I Am Owner does tons of damage in that fight. Meanwhile, 9-6 is facing over Fsabe, and Gabbyz over here will go down. Cozy Shroud, though, looks to clean it back up. Gets one of them. Now looking onto Gabbyz here. Ezreal also going to force him back up a little bit here to give the double kill over to Cozy Shroud. They're going to continue pushing down onto this bot lane turret. Laird trying to make something happen, but everyone is just falling apart.
Yeah, it's just a case of here. Thresh Main is not the playmaker that he has been for the past little while, and it might be a little bit of a mental block, you know, knowing they're playing against such a dominant team. But Thresh Main has been missing hooks that he would have hit in other games, and it's not just the ability of Yunbee and Cozy Shroud to sidestep. I really think that Thresh Main is not playing to the standard we've seen him at before. So, you know, they're already way behind in this game, and it's going to be really hard to come back. If they are, you need plays from Thresh.
It is certainly tough on the support to try to do what he normally does when your solo lanes lose that hard, though, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like you get a hook, but you're almost at the point where hitting a hook might actually lose you a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the time when Threshes are behind and they hit a hook and all they really did was pull the other person closer to them or pull themselves into a fight that they shouldn't get around to. So it's a tough situation. Yeah, we're very used to Thresh Main just make plays all game long, but it's just so hard to make plays when you're this far behind. But he will get a basically melee range hook here onto Yunbee. We'll see if they can follow up on it. They will not so far, as Yunbee will just kind of back off. He does go down to half health, but no harm, no foul for him.
Yeah, Yunbee's still pretty tanky here, just with those Mercury treads, but well ahead in levels of a lot of the champions in the game here. And yeah, I'm thinking really of that play where Ezreal ended up with the double kill from the ultimate up near the Baron pit here, where he missed a pretty easy hook onto Yunbee, where he just predicted it would go into the bush, but Yunbee didn't really have anywhere to go. in other games, you would have hit that. I think Threshman would have had that, and that was a big turning point, that fight. So as the Baron gets taken down, we really need to see some of those plays. This is what Thresh does. This is all he does. Here comes the teleport in, so maybe he will be able to get this going.
Shroud gets hooked by Thresh main, who's finally starting to hit those. Yunbee, though, will kill him, because like I said, when you're this far behind, sometimes hitting a hook just keeps them in place for you. So they're going to continue on to the top tower. They do have this Baron buff. Here comes the Ragnarok from 9-6. He's going to run at them. Everyone else just runs away, so they'll just continue on to this top turret. The rest of the waves are pushing in on them, so they do have to defend this or defend something. Yunbee says, you can't defend anything. I'm ulting in and getting on top of using the Yasuo ult to his own effectiveness here. They're going to go in for now for the re-engage. Gabby's to go down to Cozy Shroud, who's going to look for the next target in Fsabe. Bladest gets the 4-man ultimate, 5-man ultimate, gets them all in. Laird's coming in now with his ultimate. The wombo combo's on, but it is not enough. I Am Owner will pick up that kill. There's 2 of them clean. That was maybe the best engage you can ask for if you're League of Dogs, but it is not enough. Fsabe will go down next. They'll take out the tower, and really, this is all Kimchi boys.
Oh, if only Laird had been there with the Kennen ultimate, that would have been ridiculous, but now more players going down. This is going to be the end of the game as the ace comes through for Kimchi boys, and that will take them to a quick 2-0 and finally topple League of Dogs with their undefeated record there. Kimchi boys will stay at #1. Unless if Gabbyz pulls off a miracle here, but I don't think so.
It's not likely. We'll be taking out one more. Let's get one last call here. Laird, though, is picking up a kill, and so does Gabbyz, so there's only 3 of them left. They can successfully defend it. They can at least fight another day here if they can pull something off here. Fsabe is just trying to get something in there, but oh boy, you just get chunked out. You are not a tanky boy. Threshman will miss out on that hook, and Yunbee will get the re-engage on, and here comes a Kennen ultimate that does tens of damage, but again, that is Yunbee doing it, so he will go further past the tower as they continue to raise their KDAs. Here's Laird now from behind, does not have ultimate now, but is enough to take out just in time because he's pretty low. I Am Owner, meanwhile, is a little bit behind enemy lines, gonna try to dash out of here, but Gabbyz and Laird are going to knock you down, so hey,
okay. I started to call this game, and actually that's a whole bunch of shutdowns on the side of League of Dogs. Their base is in complete shambles here, but here's Yunbee coming in.
Yeah, Yunbee just doing some work over here, trying to see if he can pull out a solo kill onto Gabbyz, while Laird is trying to make him back off. Does not have ultimate quite yet, but it's coming out soon. But there is Bladest. With that ultimate, we'll pick up that shutdown and defend this inhibitor. So, in the words of Dumb and Dumber, so you're saying there's a chance.
So, this isn't bad at all for League of Dogs now, as they managed to save that inhibitor and the bot turret as well. All they've got is that one inhibitor down. And yeah, this dragon's going to go down, so that's Infernal Soul. But 9-6 might get caught out here, actually. Gonna pop the ultimate.
Oh, here we go. 9-6 now is going to jump in over there. Laird is going to be over there. Here comes Fsabe to try to help him out. Threshman will pick up the kill. And someone's throwing.
Hello? Kimchi boys? What is happening right now? They are just getting caught out front and center, left and right, everywhere. And yeah, so now 7-3 and 3 on the Kennen. That's going to be the stopwatch, or the hourglass completed pretty soon. Actually, not quite. Yeah, there you go. Hourglass completed there on the Kennen. So that is a huge power spike, actually, or a huge power spike. Not in AP, but just in utility for the Kennen, of course.
Plays,
yeah. So this is a big deal, and now League of Dogs have put them in a situation where if they play it right, they can win a team fight here.
Yeah, you have Bladest 2-8 Yasuo, and you know the higher those death number goes up.
Yeah. Oh, we're almost at the 10th power spike, folks. We're just waiting for it.
It's close. They do have one inhibitor down. They're now focusing on the second inhibitor, see if they can take it out here. I Am Owner is trying to poke it down, but there are plenty of members of League of Dogs to answer it. So now they're playing slower. They go, hey boys, it is theoretically possible to throw this game. So they then instead decide to slowly push towards it instead of just running straight at it, and they eventually take out that second inhibitor. That'll make it real hard for League of Dogs to do anything besides staying in their base, and they can start focusing on this bottom tower as 9-6 has pushed in the wave. Here comes the entire team of Kimchi boys, now doing it in a little bit more of an organized fashion instead of going at them one at a time, as they are gonna push in all these waves. They're gonna crash it onto their base, and here it comes. Here is the final defense. JUSTXNTIME's gonna jump in for the engage and get them on the tower. Laird's gonna try to use that ultimate to try to make something happen here, try to force them back, but Yunbee will blow them up. Bladest is just trying to get in behind them, trying to make something happen. We'll get the ultimate off, but it will not matter as you will go down. Double kill goes through for Yunbee. JUSTXNTIME's gonna jump in front of that tower and take it. Gabbyz will pick up the kill as a result, but double kill comes through for Gabbyz. They're trying to take it happen. Why are they going there? What are you doing to me, Kimchi boys? They apparently don't want this game to end. Fsabe now is going to jump onto I Am Owner, who will finish him off. Never mind, I Am Owner with the big outplay. Gonna do that. Threshman's going to miss that hook, and I Am Owner is playing with his food here. Just walking around, slowly auto-attacking. Oh, but Gabby said, stop that. Stop doing that. Cozy Shroud will eventually pick up that kill. I think they're just trying to get me to keep speaking.
Why has this game turned into it?
I think they want to keep hearing me talk. They don't want me to go yet. They know I'm gone if this game ends.
Yeah, so they're all listening in here, and they're like, "Hang on, we love this voice. I don't know. Yeah. Let's dive the Nexus here." Oh man, the fountain dive coming in and keeping League of Dawgs in the game. Yeah, it's really tough as League of Dawgs here. As you know, you did get those kills, but you could already see, even with being fed, that Ezreal with Infernal Soul is so hard to deal with. It's just outputting infinite damage in a team fight. Now has completed that Quicksilver Sash to cleanse that stun, and looks like Kimchi boys will go for their second Baron here.
All right, here we go. Didn't think they were going to need a second Baron, but here we are.
Not. I didn't think they would need Dragon Soul, that's for sure. But yeah, here it is, and yeah, the Laird maybe going for the Miracle Steal. Don't think so. Nope.
That was kind of close.
That was pretty good. It was a good time there.
It was kind of close.
Yeah, and 961 just flashed over the wall, so that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Clearly thinking he can play this fight just fine without flash. But we'll see if this final team fight, now no turrets available, but here's the teleport coming in from Yunbee.
Here we go, Cozy Shroud. Let's clean up this game. Can they do it? It's going to try to jump in, getting a little bit of chip damage here. Nice hook hit by Thresh. Means Laird's going to come in with the ultimate. Bladest will follow up. Wombo combo, but he's a tanky boy, is just in time, and here comes Yunbee using that Kennen ultimate to get in there. Now they're going to finally blow them up. Now they're going to finally take this game. Now they're going to finally win the series and be the last undefeated team in the Manitoba Esports League.
Oh man, I was going to tell you to stop, Johnny, because this game was not over till that Nexus fall.